World G Unit is back in action with the first ever episode of Sports Hub, your daily trawl and troll through the daily sports news. And we bring you stories that will make you smile and swear. Yikes! On our lineup today, the champions.
Yes.
Jose Mourinho is looking to break another Champions League record, and United fans, you'll want to hear about this one. Then we hop over to Real Madrid, who are in Russia with 4 key players out, and one that's there, but he's kind of invisible. I'll explain, and we'll pretend to care about the other matches, like AEK Athens taking on Benfica. George, I hope you did your homework, because I'm going to quiz you. Sports First starts right now. We kick things off in Group H as Valencia travel to Old Trafford to take on the Red Devils, and the special one is looking to make tonight a special night. United have never lost to Valencia in the competition, and Jose Mourinho has never lost to Valencia in his career. But with the way United have been looking as of late, the Mo Man will surely be looking to end both of those runs tonight. Yikes! United fans, this is pretty much a must-win for United. Do you agree with that?
Yes, it is a must win because they got to stay on top of the group in the Champions League. They're in Group H.
Correct.
But, man, Manchester United is Manchester divided right now. It is not looking good for them. The morale of the team, if you believe the reports, they're all over the place. I know they beat Young Boys in their Champions League opener, but Valencia's a tough squad. That's a tough team that they're going up against.
Now, for those of you that haven't been keeping tabs on United, they just came off a 3-1 loss to West Ham, and their last win was against the Young Boys 2 weeks ago. So they picked up a loss against Derby to penalties, and then they drew with Wolves, which was another upset for United fans.
Yeah.
So their last win came in the Champions League. Obviously, I think that if Jose Mourinho keeps their Champions League run alive, he'll keep his job alive a little bit longer. But if he comes up with anything less than 3 points today, I think he's in trouble.
And this match is at home, too. So in Old Trafford, you cannot drop points. I don't care who you're playing. You could be playing Valencia. You could be playing the Brazil team from 1970. You cannot drop points at home for Jose Mourinho. So I'm interested to see what happens. I'm interested to see the psyche of the team. You mentioned their last victory was in the Champions League. They should have. You put the second choice side, you should be able to beat Derby County in a cup match.
Well, and Wolves.
So,
this is a Wolves side that's been rejuvenated by Portuguese people, yes. Jorge Mendes has pretty much stuck his hand in there. But, this is a United side that has, in tumultuous times, they are in tumultuous times. We've seen the tension in training sessions between Jose Mourinho and Pogba. The players don't seem to be exactly playing for Mourinho. But I think once the Champions League comes around, a different sense is in the air.
It might be. I know sometimes the grind of the Premier League season, you're going to have ups and downs, but the Champions League is a special night at Old Trafford. Maybe they'll rise to the occasion. We'll see what happens. But I've heard rumors that Alexis Sanchez is complaining that he didn't get the move to City that he really wanted, and so he's griping about that. I'm
over it. I'm so over it. And Jose Mourinho is over it, too. He was actually asked about Alexis Sanchez, and the journalist who asked him said, he's not finishing the way that you need him to finish. And Jose Mourinho was like, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I think he's pretty much over that too. No, but this is going to be a big night. I think if they come up with 3 points, they're going to be well situated in the Champions League. But this is a Valencia side that just picked up their first win of the season last round in La Liga. So they're also finding their form. So I don't think it's going to be as easy as Jose Mourinho would like it to be. Yeah,
Valencia is always a tough team to face, whether you're in La Liga or in the Champions League. If they could grind this one out, because I think they'll have to grind this one out. This is not going to be like a 3-0 or 4-0 like against Young Boys. They're going to have to grind this one out. If they can pull it off, Jose Mourinho spared the guillotine for another day, another week.
Do you know what the other matchup in this group is?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
It's the old lady taking on the Young Boys.
And it's
going to be a good one. Juventus off to a perfect start this season. They are the only team that are completely undefeated and perfect across all competitions. The Young Boys have no chance against the old lady, do they?
Can I just see the people? FC Zurich, please qualify for the Champions League next year, so we don't have these Young Boys jokes. It's just some of the things people are saying on Twitter, you're like,
we're going to keep it PG here on
we have
Sports
to keep
First.
it PG.
But in all seriousness, it's going to be an exciting match because if Juventus can keep this up, I really think that this is their Champions League year. And I've said that since our transfer tracker days.
Yeah, I remember that,
And I'm bringing it back to Sports First. I think that Juve are going to go all the way.
And if they win this match without Ronaldo, and they should, this is Young Boys.
Yes.
They should. beat this team without Cristiano Ronaldo, then I think they're in prime position. Because nobody's stopping them in Serie A. They just beat Napoli, who was their closest rival.
Correct.
Nobody's going to stop them in Serie A. So this is the time for Champions League rest. I mean, Ronaldo's getting a rest because of the suspension. It wasn't a red card anyway, but that's
Speaking
passed.
of red cards, Juve have picked up 3 straight red cards in their last 3 UCL matches. So let's see if they can keep that streak alive too, which is kind of exciting.
Well, the old lady is pretty crabby right now if they keep picking up red cards all the time.
Let's hit the comments here. Bob Becca saying Mourinho's mission accomplished. He finally destroyed Manchester United. Now, can we blame Jose Mourinho entirely for the destruction of Manchester United? I think you have to look a little bit higher up to see where that destruction started. Do you disagree with me?
Oh, yeah, no, I agree with you. It's the club directors have made some poor moves. Ed Woodward has made some poor moves. Yeah, transfer moves as well. But Mourinho hasn't helped.
No.
You can't be the manager and then make it worse.
Correct.
You have to correct the mistakes that the board makes. So it's not either way.
And also be so public about your disgust and your disagreements that should be happening behind closed doors. And yeah, that's really not. Pang Romario saying, I miss y'all. Let's go CR7 and Juve. Pang, I agree with you. I think Juve are going to do it. No CR7 today. And we missed you too.
Yes,
Ileana James saying, my favorite duo are
Jaimes.
Jaimes.
There you go.
Jaimes. Oh, Eliana, she's one of our favorites. My favorite duo are back. Hard eyes, hard eyes, hard eyes. We heart you too.
Oh, that's the emoji right there? Heart eyes, that's what you say?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just like love. I thought, okay.
Kevin O'Dwar saying, when is Mourinho getting sacked? Well, I think that reports out of England are saying that if he's pretty much being given 2 or 3 games, and his next 2 or 3 games are against Valencia, against Newcastle, and then Chelsea. Ooh. Could you imagine if he got sacked after playing Chelsea? The juice that would bring?
That would be amazing. Get fired by his own club, twice.
Well, from Group
3
H,
times.
it's time to move on.
All right, we got to move on.
To our group, Group G, G Unit, as Real Madrid take on CSKA Moscow. So no Bale, no Isco, no Ramos, no Marcelo in the squad, and Karim Benzema is taking his role as a false number 9 really seriously. So seriously that he's failed to have any shots on target whatsoever in 5 rounds of La Liga. 0 goals, 0 shots on target. Your job is to score, Benzema. And now he'll look to keep that streak going in Moscow. How cute.
Yeah.
What is going on at Real Madrid? No goals in 2 matches.
False 9 for sure, because he ain't no real number 9 because he's not scoring goals. I mean, that's a fake 9 for sure.
This is a real problem because now they're without Gareth Bale. They're without Marcelo, who's very creative on the left side. They're without Isco, and Benzema has not shown up. What is going to happen in Moscow? And Moscow's not an easy place to play.
I'm gonna make something bold here. This should be, you mentioned no Bale, all those players.
Alert.
No problem.
Wow.
No problem.
So who's going to step up to the plate for Real Madrid?
This is going to be a situation, I think, stepping up to the plate here. It'll be someone in the midfield, maybe a Dani Ceballos, someone like that, maybe a Marco Asensio. We'll see.
Now, Asensio was given the opportunity to step up in the Madrid derby, and he didn't show up.
Yeah, but that's Madrid derby. Atletico Madrid, they shut out everybody.
Okay.
CSKA Moscow is nowhere near Atletico Madrid. So this is a refreshing break for them. They need to get out of Spain for a while. Maybe they can rediscover their form in Russia like some World Cup teams did. And get back into it. I'm looking for Marco Asensio to have a big game here as well. I think they'll handle themselves and win. With
the absence of Isco, this is Marco Asensio's time to shine. But this is a topic that a lot of us here at beIN Sports have discussed. When we don't expect anything from Marco Asensio, he performs. And then when we expect him to step up, he seems to not be able to do so. That's a point that our colleague Dre Cordero has made multiple times. And I tend to agree with it. This is now going to be a stage where he can step up. They looked fantastic against Roma. I think that was the last game that Real Madrid really played that we were like, oh, this is the Real Madrid side we remember under this new manager, Lopetegui. And I don't know if we're going to see it again, though.
Lopetegui?
Lopetegui. Yeah, that was created by George G. Metellus on the transfer tracker. But so you're saying that they're going to do the business and they're going to be fine? Yeah,
they'll be fine because the competition is pretty weak. I know it's Champions League. I know it's group stage, but come on, man. CSKA Moscow, really? I mean, Real Madrid should be able to handle them even with all the players that they're missing. Asensio stepping up. It's a good point. Look, the great players don't play well against CSKA Moscow and Getafe and Tenerife or whatever team in Copa. They play well against your Bayern, your big clubs in the big game situations. Your City, your Liverpool, your PSG. So this is a chance for Asensio to kind of build up that resume so that in the group stage, or excuse me, the knockout stage, there is a situation where they might be missing a couple players. He stepped up and he has that experience. I mean, he has the talent to do it. I'm not saying he's going to score 30 goals a season,
right,
but he has the talent to score big goals in big moments.
And another team that really has the talent to do it, but have kind of underwhelmed us a bit, is Roma this season. They sit 14th on the Serie A table, which is a bit shocking because they had such an incredible run last year in the Champions League. They take on Victoria Plzen in the Champions League today in that same group, Group G. What do you expect from Roma today?
Well, I mean, they should get it done, but let's be honest here. Roma lost some very important players. I mean, for me, Raja Nangalan was probably the best midfielder in the Serie A the last 2 or 3 seasons. Now he's at Inter, Forza Inter. So I'm very happy about that.
Lose their keeper, Alisson.
Yeah, Alisson as well. He's a big player.
Don't get Malcolm.
No, they
scooped by Barcelona.
Yes, that was big because I think Malcolm could have helped this team. He would have gotten more playing time, that's for sure. I mean, they should get it done, but you never know. And with this new team, Eusebio Di Francesco, I heard, is under some pressure. You know, as you mentioned, mid-table in Serie A, which is unexcusable for a team like Roma. I mean, this might be the break that they need as well. They have to win, though. If
they don't pick up 3 points here, they will continue to be bottom of the group with 0 points. Big goose egg, which their American owner will not be happy about, James Palota. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Roma this season is really interesting and a little bit underwhelming, so we'll look for them to step things up here. Let's hit the comments. Brendan Burns saying Madrid will take care of business. He's just as confident as you are.
All right, I like the confidence, BB. Brendan Burns, go ahead.
Ray saying Asensio will step up. Ray, I hope so. I'm an Asensio supporter. I think he's great, and I loved what I saw 2 seasons ago from him. I liked what I saw last season, so let's see what he does this season.
Ray sounds like one of my boys from Miami Gardens. Ray, Shasha, what's up, y'all?
Shout out to Ray.
Yeah, Ray. Like the double names.
And Angel Najera saying Real Madrid need Hazard.
No, they don't need Hazard.
I think everyone needs Hazard.
Yeah.
Hazard has had a sensational season.
No, it's Chelsea with, I'm telling you, Maurizio Sarri, that system he plays, he brings out the best in a lot of players. I mean, Dries Mertens wasn't scoring 20 goals a season until Maurizio Sarri took over at Napoli. So it's the system as well, bringing out the best in Hazard. I don't know if that would be the same if he went to Real Madrid.
No, it wouldn't. And they do have Lucas Vazquez, who I rate just as highly as Eden Hazard.
What?
Everyone makes fun of me for that hot take. I had that hot take about a year ago, and I still get grief for it. Okay, guys, Eden Hazard is better than Lucas Vazquez, but I stick by my LV, and I think he's fantastic. Moving along, so we've taken you through groups G and H, and now we'll fly through groups E and F and pretend to care about AEK Athens taking on Benfica. George, who you got?
AEK Athens sound like a country singer. I mean, like AEK Athens. Yeah, AEK Athens, I'm here. When the newest hit on the country top 100.
Benfica, bottom of the group. This is the team that went through the Champions League last season group stage without a single win. I'm a Sporting fan, so I'm not too upset about this. But do you think Benfica can walk away with 3 points in this one?
I think so. I think Benfica will take this one. I mean, AEK Athens is not a dangerous team. Okay, playing in Greece might be an issue. Difficult. I know that they have some wild crowds there, especially Olympiacos and Panathinaikos. But AEK Athens, I mean, Benfica should get it done, but don't be surprised if it ends up like a 2-2 draw or something like that.
And the other match in that one, Bayern taking on Ajax. I feel like this is such a little hipster match. It makes me want to shimmy because it just feels hipster. This is going to be a good one. Ajax are really exciting this season. A lot of young talent coming through. I think that they're one to watch. And Bayern in a little bit of a crisis. We like to hit the crisis button here at beIN.
Oh, man.
But they're not on a good run.
No, they just lost to Hertha Berlin. They are no longer in the top of the table in the Bundesliga. Niko Kovac, the manager of Bayern. I mean, you talk about pressure. The Real Madrid manager, United, and Bayern Munich manager always under pressure. But I mean, Bayern at home against Ajax. I mean, it might be like 6 goals in this game. But I mean, Bayern has to get it done. They have to get it done. I think they'll win this one.
And Renato Sanchez, another Portuguese star, has been great for Bayern this season, so one to watch. Okay. And hopping over in the other group, Group F, Hoffenheim versus City. Now, this City side who's in a little bit of a Champions League crisis. Yeah, we get it. They're top of the table in the Premier League. But they've lost 4 straight in the Champions League. What? 4 straight. Pep Guardiola has lost 4 straight matches in the Champions League. What's happening?
I think look, Kevin De Bruyne is not fully fit. I think he's still out injured.
He is out. He was expected to be out for 3 months. He returned after 6 weeks, so he's back in training, which is exciting. But you can't blame their Champions League crisis on KDB.
No, I think they would have handled Lyon if he's in the thing. I mean, to me, he's one of the most valuable players in all of world football to that team. So if he's out, that's going to be a struggle. But I still think Manchester City will get it done. They've made a mistake. They saw what they did wrong against Lyon, and they'll fix it against Hoffenheim. And I mean, it's Hoffenheim. I mean, they made it to the Champions League group stage. Well done.
Hoffenheim.
But nah, I think Manchester City has just too much quality.
And the other match of the day, Lyon versus Shakhtar.
Lyon versus this is Lyon all the way.
Woo! We like Lyon. Lyon, a great attacking side. We really like them. They're lighting up. They're in 5th. They did a little bit better last season in Ligue 1, but one to always watch. And they did walk away with a win over City, so it's one to watch. Let's hit this last comment because this makes me LOL. Does John a la Madrid saying, does George's hair ever grow? Mr. Producer, please let George see this.
Gee, my hair?
Can you please respond to John about your hair?
What I look like, a chia pet? I mean...
Yes, your hair does grow, George, and we love you just the way you are.
Well, you gotta remember, I'm pushing 50, right? So it doesn't grow up as much. I don't eat as much carrots as I should, so that's probably why my hair. Well, I go to the barber a lot too.
Yeah, they do. No, you're fine. You're fine. Don't look, John. Shh, 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 shh. You can check out George's hair on the Turkish League highlight show at 6:30 p.m. And then all your Champions League highlights on the Extra at 7 o'clock. So from 6:30 to 7:30, hang out with us here on beIN Sports. That's it for episode number 1 of Sports Burst. Tomorrow we'll have groups A through D for you in the Champions League. See y'all tomorrow.
Wakanda forever.